Democratic lawmakers are set to host a shadow hearing tomorrow. Two former Justice Department attorneys will be questioned about their accounts of the Trump administration's pressure campaign inside the DOJ. One of those attorneys, Liz Oyer, says she was fired after refusing to restore gun ownership rights to actor Mel Gibson. Y'all remember that story. We talked about it. A loyal Trump supporter. And former Justice Department pardon attorney Liz Oyer is here with us at the table. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good morning, Liz. So as Michael said, this is a shadow hearing. Democrats don't have the power to call an official hearing, but they want you on the record. And they want your colleague from DOJ on the record. Why did you decide to participate? Why is it important to you to be on the record with what has occurred?
Well, Alicia, as someone who has left the Department of Justice, I have the ability to speak out about what's happening there. The folks who are still in the department are very limited in what they're able to say about what's going on there. You can see from many recent news stories that there is real retaliation by the leadership of the department if you do choose to speak up or if you choose to express any concern or disagreement about decisions being made by leadership. So as someone who is no longer there, I feel obligated to be able to use my voice to help the public to understand what is happening in the Department of Justice and why we should all be concerned about it. And I just want to note that tomorrow's hearing, it's being run by one party, but this is not a partisan issue. The assaults on the career professionals in the Department of Justice and on the defense bar at the same time are issues that should be of grave concern to members of Congress on both sides of the aisle. It's an issue that is not political, but it's an issue that has real implications for our civil rights, for our rule of law, and for our safety as Americans.
You know, the NBC reported late yesterday that the Justice Department placed the attorney who struggled to explain a Maryland man's deportation to a judge and why he was on leave. They placed him on leave. Yep. And at my direction, every Department of Justice attorney is required to zealously advocate on behalf of the United States. Attorney General Pam Bondi said in a statement, any attorney who fails to abide by this direction will face consequences. You were fired because you did speak out in your form at work, and they asked you to do something, and you said this does not comport with the law, and I don't see the reasoning. And you know, it wasn't combative. You were literally on the email chain doing from my knowledge, doing what you were supposed to do, give your legal expertise and analysis, and is this something the United States government could and should do? And you gave that, and they didn't like that, and they fired you for it. Now we have attorneys being dismissed left and right for, I guess, in this instance, not being able to defend the BS.
Well, Simone, no one has ever taken the time to explain to me why I was fired.
Oh, really? So they they just got rid of you?
Well, let me tell you what happened that day. I was in a meeting of a working group that was being run by some members of the Deputy Attorney General's staff. And in the middle of that meeting, I got a frantic message from a colleague back in my office who told me that there were two security officers waiting in my office to deliver me termination papers and walk me out of the building. And they did that a Friday afternoon. I was in a meeting with members of DOJ staff from numerous different offices, and I had to go back to my office. I had minutes to pack up my personal belongings, and I literally walked out of the office with a grocery bag filled with my personal effects in front of my entire staff that afternoon. People were in tears. People were shocked. And there's been no explanation from the leadership of the department to the people in my former office about why I was fired, no guidance about how to go forward that I am aware of. And that is traumatizing to people. It's traumatizing to the dedicated professionals in the Department of Justice who are there trying to do their jobs, to serve the American people, to keep us safe, to ensure that we have the best country possible. That's what everyone there is dedicated to doing. And the leadership of the department is currently making it impossible to do that.
You know,
oh my God.
It's so aggravating. Oh. It's so aggravating to hear stories like this because you had a lot of choices coming through your academic career and your professional career you could have made, right? But you decided to serve the American people in an honorable position, doing honorable work on their behalf. And this group of thugs, jackbooted thugs, come into this administration and through DOJ or whatever they want to call it, cut short a career that you had made a commitment to serve the American people. I just want to emphasize that from the New York Times about Trump sidelining Justice Department legal offices. When past administrations have taken legally controversial actions, the White House has sometimes made the public OLC memos that approve the steps. But the Office of Legal Counsel has been strikingly missing in public debates over aggressive administrative efforts to revoke the visas of foreign students, fire officials in defiance of job protections against arbitrary removal in cases like yours, refuse to spend funds appropriated by Congress, dismantle agencies, and deport people without due process, among other things. This is the layup. This is the example of everything that's going on right now. What recourse do you have as a fired federal employee right now? And what the folks are insiders, what are they thinking about? Is it I'm next and they're just kind of waiting for that to happen? Or are they trying to figure out collectively how they protect themselves and defend against this onslaught against their service?
I think there are different schools of thought among the people who are still at the department, and I greatly, deeply respect the individuals who are trying to stay and hold it down and do what's right. That was my goal at the start of the new administration. I spent many weeks before the new administration came in planning how I was going to work with them, how I was going to be able to assist them in accomplishing their objectives. I believed that there was a path forward for the good work that my office was doing that was not political, not partisan. But they didn't give me the chance, frankly, to do that. Right. I was sidelined.
They labeled you and let's just get rid of her.
That's exactly right, and that's happening to a lot of people, and the choice was taken out of my hands because I was fired. But I think it's important that there are career professionals who are trying to stay and trying to do what's right. But I will note that it's very scary and upsetting to see the number of career experts who have been removed from their positions, either through reassignment or firing. And this includes people who have some of the strongest expertise in areas of the administration of justice that are nonpartisan. This includes things like ethics, professional responsibility, matters that should not change from party to party. And
3 words that don't align.
Ethics,
and
personal responsibility. Talk about it.
Don't align with this administration.
You know, Liz Oyer, I'm glad that this shadow hearing is happening tomorrow. I'm glad the American people are going to hear more from you.
Yeah.
And I think I can definitely speak for everyone here. Thank you for your courage and your willingness to speak out, because I know it's not easy.
Let me just say that for me, it doesn't feel like courage. It feels like necessity. It feels like this is not a moment in our history to stay quiet. My background is as a federal public defender. I did that job for 10 years before I joined the Department of Justice, and I think I'm hardwired to stand up to bullies based on that experience. And right now, the Department of Justice is being run by a bunch of bullies who were also previously the president's personal attorneys and are still behaving as such. And I feel like it is my obligation to my country and to my fellow citizens to stand up to that bullying.
Well, here.
Here. I love that articulation. I love that articulation.
Thank you very much.